What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by Moneyball Metrics. You have a modified Thursday team here today. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers. JD, little two-man pick and roll today. First time in a while it's been a two-man game. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. This morning it's been a little wild.
It's been an interesting sports morning.
Definitely has been, man. But no, man, things are going well. How are you?
Oh, living the dream, brother. Living the dream. The NBA is back in full effect. We have a lot of news regarding the NBA, but today is a college football show and an NFL Thursday night football show. So I'm excited. We're going to be diving into all of that. As everyone knows, we're in one of the best sports times of the year. The World Series starts tomorrow. The NBA is in the thick of it, and there's a little more drama than we expected in that league, but we have it here in full. College basketball is either next week or the week after. We're right around the corner. And like I said, we have NFL and college football. So, JD, what a day. What a sports day. I think we should start with our recap today, but it's going to be a little different than our normal recap. I think we should add in a recap of what's going on in the sports world as well. So, you're ready to dive into probably a little bit of an extended recap?
Yep.
Let's get it, brother. Wednesday recap on a Thursday. I'll start with you. Actually, I'll start because let's get this out of the way. I had two free plays yesterday. They both lost. That's why in the NBA in the first week, I like to tread lightly. I usually do one-unit plays. But the Mavericks didn't show up. The Spurs were incredible. Wemby looks like, honestly, truthfully, the most dominant player that I may have ever seen. If he can keep up what he's doing. I mean, he had a clip yesterday that felt like he was in Space Jam, like Michael Jordan dunking from behind the three-point line, just extending. What he was doing was unbelievable in that game. My other free play yesterday was the Celtics. They were up 15 in the fourth quarter, and they lost the game outright. Just a complete collapse from that Celtics team. But we get back into it today. We're excited to get into some football. JD, how did you do yesterday? And then we're going to have to talk about the NBA news we've seen this morning.
Yep. Yesterday ended up being an overall good day for me. Yeah, J-Bo, as far as the hats, we have to do our brands, man. You know?
Let me tell you something. Right before the show, JD had no hat on, J-Bo. He had no hat, and he mumbled to himself, I think I need a hat today. And I said, get the damn hat. Get the damn hat.
But no, yesterday didn't end up being a good day. Small card overall for me. Ended up being a 2-1 day. The Mavs, yes, I actually was big on them. That was a bad read. The Mavs looked horrible. Cooper Flagg looked horrible. I think he only put up 2 shots, I think, in the first half. Spurs.
You know what I said about that too, JD, that kind of was very apparent in the game, and I thought it was a major factor, is that Cooper Flagg never faced anyone in the paint like a Wemby. And I said it on the show yesterday. Him going to the basket is going to be interesting to see what he did. Man, did he look frustrated every time he tried to attack the rim with Wemby in the paint.
Yeah. But kind of like we talked about yesterday, it's going to help even more that the Mavs played as poor as they did. But it's still going to give us value on actually them. The Spurs, I still think they're going to be a little bit of an overvalued team. But the kicker is their first month here, their schedule is so easy. It's a ridiculously easy schedule. But so then I think if anything, that's going to keep getting them overvalued. And then their schedule gets tough as hell.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to find some good spots this next month to be able to go against the Spurs. But besides that game, I did have the Bucks team total over, and that was as sweat free as you can possibly get. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. We've cashed now 6 of the past 7 days, so everything is still rolling along nicely. I have a big 4-unit tennis play going on right now.
Oh God. JD's going to be distracted. Didn't know we were mid-4U tennis play, mid-show today.
It's actually almost over. And
how we looking?
We're looking really good. Really good.
How much? So give us the rundown. What's going on in the tennis play? What's left in the match?
So as far as Bublik is currently up 6-4, 4-1, and he's serving to make it 5-1. That is who we are on.
Excellent.
That may have been one of the most mispriced lines of the entire year. It was so mispriced. Like I even when I like sent out to clients, I was like, I can't find any info here. So like somebody knows something, like he's hurt, or you know what I'm saying, like something like that, or either this is one of the worst lines ever.
Good news, it seems like it's just like it was a bad line.
It looks like it was just a bad line. But yeah, so hopefully he can close us out. Tennis, you never know. It's never over until it's over. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've got going on there.
As well, as you said, you've cashed in 6 of the last 7 days. We might as well speak about Cash Patel. Major sting, I guess you would call it today. Coach Chauncey Billups was arrested for a gambling ring. Not just him. The weird thing about Chauncey Billups, it seems like his was a poker kind of situation. Yeah. When you read all the stuff about that, kind of wild. And then, of course, you have Terry Rozier, who has been investigated what it feels like the last 4 years. He cleared the last investigation, but I guess he could not clear this one. So very interesting in the NBA. I think there's going to be a lot more that comes out of the story. I do not think that this is all that is going to come from this story. And I think the timing of it is obviously something where they planned it to happen on this day. Because yesterday was technically, it wasn't the opening day of the NBA, but it was, let's be honest, it was the first major slate. And then the morning after, all of this comes out. So the timing of it, I don't think that's ironic. I don't think that's like, wow, the timing was just right after. I think that was fully planned. But, man, I think a lot is going to happen and a lot is going to come from this. What are your thoughts of everything we've read this morning?
Yeah, just like you were saying, man, I think that nobody is going to be getting out of any of these. I think the FBI has everything that they actually need here. From what I've read, like I said, this is all still fairly new, so we haven't gotten all the
like hours new. Like it's like it just happened.
So like, but from what I've read, as far as the poker games, yes, one, that was the whole poker game. Shouldn't have been doing that. Blah blah blah. Start with, but that I don't think is the problem. It was the information he was sharing at the poker game, as far as like actually like what players were going to be doing and how long they were going to be playing in each game, and like the injury news and all those types of things. I think that is what they're going to focus more on. But kind of like you said, it just seems like more is going to be coming out here.
This is the first domino. And as we know, it doesn't usually end after just one domino. The pieces tend to bump into each other, knock more down, and we're going to have to see what happens because who knows? They're going to have to talk to Mr. Chauncey Billups. They're going to have to talk to Terry Rozier, and if they potentially squeal or say other people that were a part of this, it may lessen the penalties that they have. So very interesting to see what happens here. I definitely think there will be more that comes out of these stories.
And so from what I understood is like the FBI was literally in the poker game. Like
yes, they had a plant.
Like, yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like as far as the info that they need, they have everything.
So, oh no, they don't make these kind of public with these prominent figures unless they know that they have everything they need, and they obviously had everything they needed. And yes, Thomas, over to the comments. We did go over it already. The Mavs got absolutely steamed. Big performance by Wemby, and the Spurs was an impressive game from the Spurs last night. Well, JD, anything else you want to add to this? I don't think there's much we really want to say on this. You know, it's just something that we had to bring up and speak briefly of because it is dominating the sports world. But this show is about positivity. This show is about winning sports bets. And what is our Thursday show, JD?
It is some college football along with some Thursday night football. But first, we're going to hit that NCAA slate.
Let's do it, brother. First game we're going to be breaking down today is going to be the BYU Cougs going into Iowa State and taking on them Cyclones. BYU, 11th in the nation, 7-0, 4-0 in the Big 12. Going to Iowa State, who is 5-2. They're 2-2 in the Big 12. However, Iowa State's 2 losses have come in their last 2 games, and they were both on the road. They lost to Cincinnati in the 4th. They lost to Colorado last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. I apologize. They were on a bye last weekend, but they're coming off 2 consecutive losses. They're back home where they haven't lost a game all season, but they really haven't played the toughest competition once they got into their Big 12 play. They are 2-2, like I said. BYU, JD, feels like they were just in this spot. We just had them last year as one of these teams with Jake Retzloff and everything that they did. So, JD, I'm going to kick it over to you. We got BYU. We have Iowa State. What do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, man, as far as a handicap.
First of all, Connie, if you haven't seen the videos on Rozier, I made JD watch one I just found it right before the show. Look up the videos of Rozier. It is, you know how we talked about the Classe when he was fucking up those pitches on the first batter where he was spiking the ball?
So
Imagine like 9 plays of that in one game. So go look at the videos. It's pretty damning when you do see the videos.
Yeah, that was a rough watch, actually, knowing now.
It was brutal. It was
Yeah.
brutal.
Man, this game here, I think this is a very interesting, actually, like handicap. I mean, as far as Iowa State, what a spot here for them. Coming off the bye week, then before that, they'd actually lost their previous 2 games. So like I said, as far as just when you look at spots, this is what you kind of look for. And then you have the ranked team versus the unranked team, and the unranked team is favored at home. So right there, I know that's what just everybody looks like. Bublik Held is up 5-1. Awesome.
I figured you want that information. Knowing you and how you operate, you needed that immediately. So I got you. Put it on the screen. Thank you, Stetsy boy. Keep us posted on that match.
Now I feel like I can actually talk about this game. But yeah. Okay. So then you also have BYU coming off of their Utah game, which everybody knows for them, like that's the big game. So, like I said, as far as spots, this is like the spot of all spots, it seems like here. But by the numbers, I have BYU winning this. I have them as a pretty decent favorite here. Of actually almost 4 points. So I am way off of this line. This BYU team, they're just finding ways to win.
It feels like the same team as last year. You replace the quarterback, you replace the skill weapon players, and you have the same results. It's been very interesting to see what BYU has done with that program.
And I kept fading them, and it did not work out well for me. This year, I've been staying off of their games. I've not really been betting them. This one I haven't bet yet.
For you, JD, I have good news for you.
What's that?
There's a member of this panel today, and when there's only 2 of us, and I'm clearly not referring to you, I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. One of the guys on the set has been a big BYU backer this year. A big BYU backer.
So this BYU team, are they a little bit lucky? Yes. But they're also just a well-coached team, and they do all the small things well. They're not going to beat themselves. And that's why this team, I think, even in a spot like this, can actually still do well. What it really comes down to me, I mean, I forgot what the stats are versus the ranked versus unranked when the unranked team is favored at home. It's like the stats are great, though. If you just blindly back those teams, actually, like you've been doing well. Yeah, Joe.
Good call, Joe.
Great extra call there. If you just blindly back them, yes, you're doing well. But I don't. Everybody knows, like, I don't bet off of trends like I should that because I like bet on the teams that are on the field for that certain day.
Do you want the public betting percentages? I just pulled them up.
It has to be on Iowa State.
It's about even split. It's 53% on BYU to 47% on Iowa State on the spread. Money line is 77% on BYU, which takes into account parlays. Great point, Cook. Very true. Very true.
But that's what I'm
missing, guys.
There's what I'm going to say here. It comes to me. This game really comes down to is what you think of this Iowa State team.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I personally I don't think they're that good.
Here's what I'm going to say, JD, and I hate to say it like this. Not really. I like to say it like this. Iowa State's fucking dog shit. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what the results are. They've beaten absolutely nobody. They beat an Iowa team 16-13. A good win there. It's Iowa. I don't think Iowa's that good of a team. Can't throw the ball if they have a running back or quarterback. Rocco Becht is the quarterback of Iowa State as well, JD, and I'm not a Rocco Becht guy. In every big moment, seems like he does let you down. He takes a ton of sacks. And this BYU team plays smart. So I agree with you. I think the main betting angle you have to take on this game is how do you feel about Iowa State? And for me, I'll answer that question for you. Not a fan. Every time I backed them this year, they've really let me down. And another thing I'd like to look at, JD, is how have these teams done against the spread? How have they performed against the expectation placed on them by the betting line? Well, BYU is 5-2 against the spread this year. They are one of the better cover teams in college football. Iowa State is not. They are 3-1. So they pushed on one, and they're about a 500 team on the others. Iowa State has performed as to what they've been expected to do. 3-3, 50%. They have the tie. Not going to count that in the number. But BYU has outperformed the spread 5-2 on that regard. Do you take into account how teams do against the spread on the season when you like to look into a matchup like this?
Oh, yeah. And honestly, BYU is BYU is a team that I'm looking to try to fade. But I just don't think this is the spot there, man.
Who do you think is the number one ATS team in college football who have not lost a spread yet?
I haven't been paying attention.
I'm going to tweet that, so hold on. I want to tweet it out.
Okay, I was about to say, I honestly have no idea.
Also, I'll give you a moment to cheat if you want to cheat as well. Who is the number one?
Well, also, as far as this game, something else to say. And Bublik won, yes. Very nice there. That was a big 4-unit win for us. So we had a nice tennis morning. The free play did actually lose. That was a smaller free play. So sorry if you guys just heard that one. You need to get in VIP so you can win.
Bowling Green is Patty's guess. What do you guys think out there? I'll put it out to all of you as well. I'm going to look up Bowling Green. They're not in the top 10, Patty, so I can give you an answer of what they are against the spread. They are 4-3. They are like 100th ATS, so not quite Bowling Green. When you hear what team it is, it's really going to surprise you. They're a 100% cover rate team. And what if I told you that they are an elite team? A team that's normally favored by 30 for half the season.
Oregon?
Same conference. Same conference, but better. Who's a better Big Ten team than Oregon?
There is no better Big Ten team than Oregon.
There is a better Big Ten team than Oregon. Ohio State.
I was just about to say, yeah.
I knew you knew what it was, but Ohio State is the only college football team in the country that has covered 100% of their games, which is odd because they have some of those 55-point spreads in the beginning of the year against Slapdick State, pardon my language, but you know what I'm talking about in those early games where they pay a little nothing school $10 million to play them for the year to boost their early season games. They have those included in there, and they've still covered every single game. So
it's funny. It's funny
that
you bring that up because I was just talking to somebody. I actually believe it was in the Discord. This was just actually like a few days ago, and they were asking me about this team, or they were asking me something certain about this team, and I like really didn't know because Ohio State is somebody this year that their games I have not touched. Apparently I should have just backed them like every game. But they're a team this year. Like to me, they are clearly the like number one team. They are the best team, like actually by far. But their games, I really haven't played them though.
Yeah, 100%.
But getting back to this game, one more point though. As far as the Iowa State defense, especially against the run, we all know that they have their troubles there. And that's where I think BYU can take advantage here. I really think that BYU will be able to run the ball. And that's where I can see, like I said, this game to me just simply, I guess, comes down more of, are you going to bet a trend or are you going to bet, or are you going to back what the stats say?
Yeah. So what's your official play on this game?
Stats. You can actually still get BYU at actually +3. At actually like a couple books. And if you can get the +3, then yeah.
I buy it up to +3. That's exactly what's going to be my advice. If you can't get the +3, you can buy it for 15 cents. Buy the +3. I'm all over BYU +3. It is going to be a VIP play for me. JD, is it the BYU +3 the official play for you as well?
Yes.
Well, let's keep it rolling, brother. Next game we're talking about is a team I love. A team I fucking love. And let me tell you something. It's not Mizzou. I like Mizzou. Bullet per Bowl is a nice piece. But I love this Vandy team. Diego Pavia is an absolute dog. An absolute dog. Watching this guy play football is a treat. The way he does not care throwing his body on the line. And I hate that I'm doing a Hefe right now by comparing it to one of my teams. But Diego Pavia, the way he runs reminds me of Jackson Dart, where he just don't give a what and is going to run through you and do whatever he can to gain every single yard. It's exciting football to watch. We have Mizzou. We have Vandy. Mizzou's coming in 15th ranked in the nation. Vandy is coming in 10th ranked in the nation. Both teams are in the SEC. Mizzou is 6-1 in the year. Vandy is 6-1 in the year. Mizzou is 2-1 in the SEC. Vandy is 2-1 in the SEC. These guys cannot be any more lock and step than they have been this season. Let's go over the stats here. Bo Perbola, transfer from Penn State, is the quarterback of Mizzou this season. His 11 passing touchdowns on the years to 7 interceptions. Not fantastic numbers, not terrible numbers. On the other side, Diego Pavia. Not only is he the team's leading passer, he's also the team's leading rusher. He's passed for 1,569 yards. His 15 passing touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. On the ground, he has 450 rushing yards with an additional 4 touchdowns. This Vandy offense is electric. If you watched that LSU game last week, it seemed like every time they got the ball, they found a different way to move down the field and to put points on the board. JD, kind of a fire intro to this game.
That was.
What do you like about that?
Yeah.
I'm passionate about Vandy, bro. They are everyone knows I'm a Rutgers fan. But this year, the team that has made me the most money and that I've loved to back and has done right by me is Vandy. So, JD, we got Mizzou and Vandy. What do you got?
Yeah, man. As far as actually like intros to a game, that's one of maybe the best you've like ever had.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. First off, just want to talk about as far as the betting market goes. I think the betting market has finally caught up to how good this Vandy team is.
You can't not at this point. You just can't.
Because Vandy, as an actual dog, there's where we used to love to actually like bet them, and now the past 2 weeks, you're having to lay points with them. But I think that is right. I think that they obviously should have been. As far as Vandy actually last week, me and actually you were both all over that. I had a max play there. I absolutely love that spot. This week, that's not good.
I pulled up the public betting splits. Let me know when you're ready for them.
Go ahead.
What side do you think is 92% of the spread? That would be Vandy. You are correct.
Yeah, that's definitely Vandy.
Not the number you wanted to see if you're looking to back Vandy, but that is currently what it is. 92% is on Vandy on the spread. 83% is on Vandy on the money line. And also 98% is on the over. Which I understand because Vandy's defense is dog shit. How has Vandy done against the spread this year? Let's pull that up, JD. That's pretty good information for the people, right? 5-2. Let's check Mizzou. I don't think it's going to be as good. 4-2. Okay. 5-2, 4-2. It is basically as good. Both teams have performed very well this year against the spread.
Well, you see. Okay, so here we go. First off, just as far as a number standpoint, this number is saying basically that on a neutral field that these teams are the same. And I don't believe they are. I believe if you put these teams on a neutral field, Vandy should still be favored there.
I would agree.
So, yes, as far as just value on a side, yes, I'm still showing value on the Vandy side. As far as both of these defenses go, as far as pressure to the quarterback, both actually defenses do a very good job. One key difference here. Vandy has allowed the 7th fewest sacks. Now, that is not just because of the offensive line. Yes, the offensive line is good, but that's because of the man back there.
Yep.
He just escapes. He finds ways to get out of impossible things. So that's where Vandy, I think, also has the edge there. Mizzou barely escaped last week versus an Auburn team that, good grief, I'm not high on whatsoever. They are just not playing well, and they barely got out of that game. As far as Mizzou, also, as far as their schedule, really helped them out to start the season because they played all those home games. And actually now they're out on the road, now. Another big edge to Vandy is going to be special teams. If you just take special teams just as a whole, these teams are nowhere close. Vandy is very good. Missouri is not good whatsoever. So when you have a game that's going to be close, you want a team that has the good special teams. I mean, that's what you want. You want a guy that's going to make the play. Just like you said, he is actually like a Jackson Dart. Like as you said, you want that guy.
You want a guy who's prepared to die on the field for your offense. Legitimately, that's the way I look at it.
I also like
Cook with the comment of the year. I don't know how it's relevant to this game. I know they just played them, but every chance I get to say that Jackson Arnold is dog water, I'm going to throw it in there. I agree with you.
Yeah. Which means internally, which also kind of means that they are that bad, but because they're only as good as like he can be. And
another good point, Cannibal.
So, but what else was I saying here? Diego Pavia, yeah, that there's who went back there. But also, what I love about Vandy is Vandy's offense can move the ball so well, but they can do it so slow.
Yes, they can methodically pick up yards too.
They drain the clock. And I mean, look what they just did against LSU, and everybody was like, the LSU actually defense is going to like win them actually that game, blah, 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 blah. Well,
couldn't stop a nosebleed.
They couldn't stop Vandy whatsoever. It's whatever. Like, it's a public play. For this one, I don't care. The numbers are still telling me to bet them. There's a lot of small reasons, like I just said, that Vandy has that actually they have the edge here. They actually are at home. I think this should definitely be on the other side of 3. You can still get a good money line price here. I think over at FanDuel you can get a -138. And that is how I'm going to roll here.
There we go. I'm on Vandy. I know what the public betting percentages are. I know what the splits are, but I know what these two teams are. And I think Vandy is a significantly better program right now in the year 2025. They are at home. The crowd is a huge difference in college football. It is a massive difference. The matchup predictor on ESPN is giving Vandy nearly a 60% chance to win that game. And that's kind of where I put it as well, probably a 60-40. What I'm doing on this one is I am taking the money line at -135. That's what it's down to on FanDuel. It's a great line. I'd rather lay the -135 there instead of the 2.5. When the 2.5 is at -115, but the money line's at -135. For me, for that 20-cent difference, I think it's the smarter play to take the money line because I do think this game could end on a last-second field goal. If it ends on a last-second field goal, doesn't matter. We win if Vandy's the one kicking that field goal. If it's 1, 2, 3 on that last-second field goal, I want to have that security. So I'm absolutely going to be taking Vandy on the money line.
It does just for math. What you said makes total sense. But just for if you're looking at if you math, taking the money line there makes more sense.
I think so.
You're getting 2.5 points for 20 cents.
Exactly why I think it's
whereas most of the time the books you're going to pay 20 to 25 cents for a half point. So that's also why buying points is not normally a good idea. I'm not going to go into all of that currently. But that is definitely why the actual money line price here is the quick.
I couldn't agree more. All right, JD, we're going to move on to our third game of the day. I think it's our third game. It is our third game. Let's go. I got it right from a guess. It's our last college football breakdown of the day, but then you guys know we're going to get into a little NFL. JD, you may have heard me chuckle a minute ago, and you have to keep me off Twitter. I was looking for some stats on the NFL game for tonight, and I stumbled across somebody who made a GIF of the Vikings-Chargers game playing in the snow, and someone said, "Are you ready for the snow game tonight?" They're playing in LA. Again, unbelievable here. But back to this college football game. We have Texas A&M, 7-0, 4-0 in the SEC, going to LSU, 5-2 in the year, 2-2 in the SEC. So, we've been talking a lot about this LSU team. They did just lose to the game we just spoke about, the Vanderbilt game. On the other side, Texas A&M, they've beaten everybody, and they've looked good doing it. They've had some very impressive wins this year. They're 7-0, 4-0 in the SEC. Like I said, LSU, 2-2 in the SEC. JD. Interesting game here. The Aggies are ranked 3rd in the nation. LSU is coming in 20th. What do you like?
Yep. This is another interesting game. Since actually Brian Kelly has actually been there, when you're looking at home night games. Like everybody knows that just that like atmosphere is absolutely crazy. It is one of the best home fields actually like out there, if actually not the best. And in those games, since actually Brian Kelly has actually been there, they are 16-1 straight up in those games. That one loss, I believe, was to Alabama last year.
Yep.
Just like actually Red Hot Take said, this is basically a must-win game.
Well, they're not making the playoffs.
Well, no, but I'm just saying. They
already have 2 losses. Yeah, it's a big game for the program,
right,
absolutely, but I don't think they have a realistic shot at the postseason.
Yeah. This is another one of those that seems kind of like the BYU game. This seems like it's an LSU spot. This team,
and I still don't know if that's enough, Connie. I still don't know if that would be enough.
I still don't think that.
It depends how the rest of the landscape unfolds, but 2 losses on the year, one of them at Vandy, which isn't bad, but Ole Miss as well. You're going to compile them on looking at all the other teams. I just don't think it's feasible.
Yeah. So what LSU wants to do is they want to slow the game down. And then as far as their defense, they want to lean on them. Last week we didn't see that. That is not what we saw. And this is a game where I think it may be a little higher scoring than what most people think. The total, I believe, is at 48.5. I would have to lean over there. LSU, I don't know this whole season, everybody knows if you've been listening to me, I'm just I have not backed them. I have only bet against them. I just can't get there. Yes, this seems like an LSU spot, but you do have Texas A&M. They barely got past Arkansas. That was actually last week, but you can say were they kind of maybe looking ahead a little bit, it would be Texas A&M or either the game over. And I am honestly most likely probably going to pass.
Yeah, I'm actually leaning the other side as you. I am leaning on the LSU side in this game on the money line, but I'm just not going to take it. I think there's better options on the board, just not a play I'm interested in with all the other plays this weekend. So for me, it's going to be a no play, but if I had to pick something, it would be LSU. All right, JD. It's about the time we change up pace a little bit. We transition to the NFL world. So you ready to dive into the NFL Thursday night football game?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, brother. Thursday night football, we have a clash between the Minnesota Vikings going into LA and taking on the Chargers. Vikings coming into this game 3-3 on the year. They're 2-1 on the road. Chargers are coming into this game 4-3 on the year, and they are 2-2 at home. JD, I'm going to start with you. What do you like in this one?
And this is one of those. This feels like a real Thursday night football game.
Yeah, it does.
One of those that I'm really not that excited to really bet, to be honest. Last week I talked about how, that could be a good Chargers buy low spot. Then I dug in more, and as far as the Colts actually like offense, that's how I ended up going in that game. I played the Colts team total over there, completely sweat free. So you have this Chargers team coming off of that, which is the worst defensive game that they've played.
And they're also losers of 3 of their last 4 games, JD. Let me read you the teams they've lost to. And let me read you the teams they've played in these 4 game spans. They lost to the New York Football Giants. They lost to the Commanders by a lot. They barely beat the Dolphins by 2, and then they got blown out by the Colts. So that's how their last 4 weeks have gone.
Yeah. So now I'm going to say that this week, I think this is the actual buy low spot for this Chargers team. Because, they're coming off of these losses. Like I said, defense has not been playing well. Now they get to play this Vikings team with, I don't care who's back there, Carson Wentz, JJ. It just doesn't matter. I just don't like what this Vikings team is actually doing here. Joe just made a great point that I was about to say. The offensive line. Chargers do have guys coming back tonight, which is going to be big, especially against this Vikings team.
Hopefully. Joe Alt's still true questionable. That's the big one.
Let me see here. I thought I read where he should be back tonight.
I have him listed as a true questionable. Let me double check all of my different.
I'll have to go back. But anyway, they're actually getting back. Yes, they are getting back somebody though, which is going to be an upgrade against this Vikings team that we all know blitzes a ton.
Yeah, no, he's a Joe Alt's still a true questionable per underdog. That's the current status of him, and that's the big one we're waiting to see.
Okay. This Vikings team, after I feel like we've watched them a lot the past 2 weeks because of their I don't even know if you want to call it primetime games, but
London games,
all that. So I feel like we've actually everybody's seen.
Connie, where are you hearing this? If you have any sources, I'd love to see it because that's going to influence my betting on this game.
Well, no, actually, that's who I've heard it is actually also in. So
Underdog has him. I have the post up right here. The last post I have on Joe Alt is Joe Alt Chargers left tackle Joe Alt ankle listed as questionable for Thursday. That's the latest update we have that I have, at least according to him. Did he say it? Because if he did, that's a big sign.
Telling you, like I said, I can't pull up where I was looking at right this second, but I really think that he plays, really do. But yeah,
Mike Garofalo posted yesterday the Chargers list tackle Joe Alt as questionable for tomorrow's game against the Vikings. Alt, who hasn't played in a month, said yesterday he plans to make his return, but the coaching staff is not as optimistic. So it does sound like it's still up in the air.
Okay. Those are big games, especially for the specific game of actually who they're playing. Man, I honestly think this is a very tough game. I think this game is lined very well. With the 3 in the hook, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of Vikings plays. But for me, that's just kind of telling me that Chargers is probably the play here. Also kind of like Chargers first half. The Vikings have been a horrible first half team. So I think you can get Vikings first half, probably -1.5 or -2. I definitely don't mind that either. Am I going to get to the window with any of these? I'm not really sure. To me, this game screams second half bet.
So a live play from JD is probably in the works.
Yes.
I have a play for you guys at least. I'm going to be on the Chargers -3. As JD said, I do think this is a good buy low opportunity on this Chargers team. This Vikings team hasn't shown me anything. They should have had a much better performance against the Eagles last week. They lost by 6, but it shouldn't have really been that score. I think they had plenty of opportunities if they just played some kind of defense to contest it there. But their defense is beginning exposed. They gave up 17 points to the Browns. They gave up 24 points to the Steelers. They gave up 28 points to the Eagles. This Chargers team will be able to put up points on them. I do think we see bad quarterback play from the Vikings side yet again. Carson Wentz on the year with 5 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He's been pretty dog water every time you need a play from Carson Wentz this year. It hasn't happened. He has not been able to deliver that play, and I'm going to bet on that to continue here. Give me the Chargers -3. It's not a play I love, but it's a play I'm going to be on tonight.
You know what, man? What we're going to do right now, we're going to bring up our actual newest sponsor, BetQL. We're going to see what they say about this game.
Let's do it.
Because, guys, as far as over on BetQL, you can there's a lot of things that actually you can see here. We can get these comments off the screen here real quick. But there's a lot of things that you can see, and we're just going to kind of show you some of them here. Right now, going to the Vikings-Chargers game. This one is showing an actual 2-star play on the Chargers at -3. But let's look and see the bet analysis here.
Breaking news, Garrett Wilson did not practice again today. In my opinion, you can consider him out for this weekend. Just want to get that in there.
So this, as far as their model goes, these numbers look pretty close to what I have also. I actually have the Chargers favored by actually a little bit more. But they have the Chargers favored by 5 here. So there's where they're showing the edge here. They're showing this score basically a 25-20 game.
Yep.
They're saying in the first half, the Chargers should have that too. I also agree there. So it kind of goes with everything we have said here.
We love that.
But guys, the cool thing about this is you can do this with every game. So that was a 2-star play. So that means they're saying yes, they like the play, but it's not their favorite game. You can scroll up here. Well, look, sorry, that Alpha, but Giants and Eagles, they have a 5-star play on the Eagles here. Let's see what they're saying about that. Wow, they have the Eagles favored by 12. They have that game a 28-16 game.
This will be a great tool we're going to use tomorrow as well for the full NFL show.
Oh, yes.
We'll bring this up and show you guys so much information. BetQL has a ton to offer our viewers.
Definitely. And another thing, we'll just look at real quick. Let's look at player props. So you can come over here.
Oh, you can't see because you're on the other website. Footy commented, sorry, he's late. He was playing poker.
Oh.
Unrelated to the NBA sting, he said.
Yeah. So they have everybody's who's playing here, and if they have plays, as far as Justin Herbert props, they have a 5-star play here on his over 4.5 rushes prop. That is kind of interesting.
Yep.
And you can get that currently on DraftKings, as you can see, at plus 112. But you can just scroll through here, and you can see how these props actually grade out.
Yep.
Then you can also, like I said, if you have DraftKings or whatever book that has the best line here, it will show up. You can click bet now, and it'll take you straight to that bet. But yeah, we'll definitely be using this a lot more on actually tomorrow's show. Just to kind of show y'all every game and just see what actually what their numbers say. But guys, you can give they actually do have a special for everybody here. You can take 15% off of any purchase there. That is with promo code GETBET4. Again, that's GETBET4.
GetBet4.
You can find that link if you're in YouTube. As far as the bio below us, the link, promo code, everything is in there. And if you're on Twitter, the post that we do to hype up the show, link, promo code, everything's there. So
DM us. We'll be able to help you out and get you that link if you're interested.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of that.
Hell yeah. All right, JD, well, there's only one thing left for us to do today, and that's go over our best bets. You ready to dive into a little best bets action?
Let's do it.
You're ready for me to hit the thing?
Oh yeah.
God, your timing is so impeccable. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. Best bets for today, Thursday, October 23rd. As you guys know, best bets are not just brought to you by the two of us on the screen today. They're sponsored by our good friends at Funded Stake. Funded Stake is a fantastic company where you can use someone else's money and gamble and keep the portion of the return. All you have to do is beat one of their challenges. But don't just hear it from me. JD's cousin Derek is here to tell you a little more about Funded Stake.
FundedStake.io, the ultimate platform for sports traders looking to unlock their potential without risking their own money. We're here to help you transform your sports betting skills into a profitable and sustainable business. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Funded Stake gives you the tools and capital to scale your success. Here's how it works. 1. Choose your account. Pick an account size that fits your needs, starting from $1,000 all the way up to $50,000. Your journey starts here. 2. Take the challenge. Hit the profit target while sticking to our risk management rules. For example, with a $10,000 account, aim for $3,300 in profit, place a minimum of 25 sports bets, and maintain the required daily and total loss limits. 3. Get funded. Once you pass the challenge, we'll provide the capital for you to trade. You can keep up to 80% of your profits while we take on all the financial risks. At FundedStake.io, you'll benefit from a fully personalized dashboard where you can monitor your trades, track your challenge progress, and place real-time bets on all major sports leagues. Our platform is built for transparency, ease of use, and performance. With FundedStake.io, you can focus on winning and scaling your success while we cover the risks. No financial stress, just growth and profits. FundedStake.io. Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger.
Bet smarter.
Scale faster.
Win bigger. JD, let's pull up Funded Stake and go through our best bets of the day.
Yep. Before we do that, we do have to show the promo from them, and we have to be two of our. Well, I'm not going to say my favorite guys because one of them is really not. But they have right now. You can get 30% off any of the challenges, and you can get a BOGO with that also. So that means you're buying a challenge for 30% off plus getting another challenge added on. That's the best deal that they've ever given out. And you can see the promo code there. And once again, if you're on YouTube, the link and everything is down there. And as far as on Twitter, it is also there. So make sure to take advantage of that right now. I know a bunch of y'all did that. And yeah, it's just a great time too.
Guys, how cool do I look at Steph Curry? Well, you fucked it up. You fucked it up. Okay, my fun is over. JD, let's pull up Funded Stake and go over our best bets of the day.
Let's pull it up here.
Quick thoughts on the over for the Oklahoma Ole Miss game. Quickly, Hector, one thought with giving you the shortest analysis ever. I like it. Chargers -3 is going to be my pick.
To be honest, man, on that one, I really don't have any thoughts. It would either be over or either pass, though.
Yeah, that's what I feel as well.
But yeah, I don't have anything actually on there. All right. Let's see what we can get.
Hell? Bro, I have the stream up on my phone. I was like hiding behind Steph Curry, but on the screen it shows me hiding on the other side, looking like an idiot.
I'll have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, it looks bad. I have like a stupid smile on my face. I think I'm hidden as Steph Curry.
All right, so you can get Chargers -3 at -129 or -3.5 at -103.
Let's go lower on -3 on the 129. Let's do a low bet on it. I don't want to do the 3.5.
Okay, guys. I gave out some NBA props this morning. Let me see if they've moved. Because so far today, that is all I have locked in. So let me go here. Rebounds. Okay, so this line has moved up. But this is still what I'm going to play, though. We're going to play with Jokic over 11.5 rebounds. This number, as far as the market, it seems like it's seeing everything that actually I saw as like, well, as far as the Warriors tonight, as far as his matchup goes, as far as his rebounds inside, he should be able tonight, like absolutely eat. I would actually ladder this up. As far as this number, it's going up. So I would get this in now. But yeah, I am going to roll with that. So Alpha is rolling with the Chargers at -3, and I'm going with the Jokic over 11.5 rebounds.
There we go. Well, JD, it's been nice being a little two-man pick and roll with you again, brother. We have to do it again sometimes. It's great when we get Hefe out of here for a little bit. Me and you get more voice time here. I'm obviously kidding. We miss Hefe. I do believe he is trying to be back tomorrow. We will see. He is on a trip right now he had to do for work, but we will hopefully have him back on tomorrow. JD, it's been fun, like I said. Get us the fuck out of here.
Yep. Hope everybody has a great Thursday. Yeah, everything's been rolling along nicely. So hopefully that keeps going today. And yeah, let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, JD. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, everyone. Peace out.